Hello everyone. Today we are here to talk about an event 12 plus years in the making. An event so important that I completely ignored it for weeks. That's right. We are talking about The Conjuring. Last Rites, which, lucky enough, at my local theater, they actually played all of the other Conjuring movies in chronological order in the weeks leading up to this release, which I didn't realize how much I needed the reminder. The recap, if you will. For you see, folks, most of my memories of The Conjuring were actually from a movie called Insidious. I'd look at my wife and say, yeah, remember The Conjuring when that red demon popped behind the guy's back? When are we gonna get to The Conjuring, The Red Door, the sequel? I don't know how I could have gotten them confused. They only both came out within a few years of each other, are both directed by James Wan, both star Patrick Wilson, both are about children being haunted and possessed by a specific demon that could have its whole own spin-off series. But whereas Insidious is annoying, cringe, stupid, the Conjuring series is a legitimate Marvel-esque extended cinematic universe of horror. And it is hilarious watching these movies in chronological order because it was never thought out ahead of time that it was going to be some cinematic universe. So as they're going, they're just making shit up and being like, yeah, and this is what leads to Annabelle. And remember when we saw The Nun? And then they'll show a clip that is from none of the other movies of just them seeing The Nun in a random house. And it's just, they just make it up so that it fits within the story. And it works. It's crazy the way they it all ties together. It's awesome, whichever one you're in. And then it spins off, you know. You get the Annabelle series, which leads into the first Conjuring. And then you got the Nun series, which leads into like nothing or something. And then you have the masterpiece, the best part of the Conjuring series, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Some of the best gaslighting, lying scammers that history has ever seen. The shenanigans that these two get up to every single movie are incredible. Just the way they're portrayed as just the nicest, most humble, no man's left behind. If there's a demon anywhere in the city that they're in, they're coming for that demon. And the way they do it is hilarious. They do the same thing every movie. They come to your house, they tell you it's haunted, they move into the people's houses every single time, and then it just becomes a day in the life of Ed and Lorraine living in someone else's house. Like Ed will just go over like, hey Bob, you know, I'm getting hungry, you might want to start breakfast over here. And their credentials are basically endless. They're acknowledged by the Vatican. He can do exorcisms that priests their whole life can't do. The wife helps police with her psychic powers and is in with the FBI. They become lawyers at one point and defend a psychopath who murdered his family in cold blood. It's insane. It's insane with these two in these movies. And the best part of it, I love it so much because you watch it and you just know, you feel as if Ed Lorraine himself is telling you the stories of his past. He's excitedly telling you, yeah, and then that's when the demonic mirror came towards me and then I choke slammed it onto the ground. That's incredible. And it's also undeniable, for you see, the first Conjuring movie is my favorite because it truly is the scariest one. It gets genuinely disturbing at parts. It was a lot of fun watching it in theaters again. But as this series goes, it becomes less and less about the demons and more about Ed and Lorraine. Until you get to the last rites, where it's basically just about them and their family drama, and they're just pretending that there's some case that they were too scared of, the demonic mirror that their daughter destroys. Dude, get this. So spoiler alert, at the end of fucking Last Rites, they're a demonic mirror, like Ed choke slams it, it gets back up before the 3 count. And then the daughter is holding it and she literally looks at the mirror and just screams, "You're not real!" And then it just disappears. None of it was fucking real. And yes, The Conjuring Last Rites wasn't exactly the bombastic explosion, the final big boom that we were all hoping for. But after watching these movies one a day for about a week and a half straight, it really made me realize that this isn't, it's more supposed to be the sum of its parts. You cannot judge this series based off of this last movie because the last movie was an homage to the series. The last movie was a movie patting you on the the shoulder and saying, you can breathe now. It's okay. Because Ed and Lorraine were the series. They got their happy ending, and that's all that matters. Because it was a bittersweet ending. And I did find myself connected to them by the end of it. I wanted them to go on 15 more adventures if I could. Which is why I give The Conjuring Last Rites an official. Go and check out the series. Watch all of the movies in chronological order and just get a feel for because, you know, it's a whole cinematic universe that I didn't pay any mind to. And looking back at it, this was during Marvel. We had our own horror Marvel cinematic universe that I didn't care about this entire time. And just that alone gives it a very special place in my heart that they fucking did it. They tried and they fucking did it, and they deserve the credit for it. Out of 10. Thanks for watching, everybody.